and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's Jonathan here with the player ratings after a wonderful 5-0 victory over Swansea. Christmas spirits are all in good form, folks. That was a wonderful evening's entertainment watching our beautiful Reds. As you can imagine, with a 5-star display, the player ratings are pretty high. So look, I'll rattle through them here. In goal, Mingele, it didn't really have a lot to do. Probably noting in it as a summary of the game is pretty much his only involvement from kind of making a save was practically the last play of the game where he flicks one over. Apart from that, he didn't really have a lot to do. For Swansea, I'd be raging because, you know, there'd be question marks over his confidence, etc., after the whole debacle at Arsenal. But they never really got into him. And, well, not that I'm complaining or anything, no, but he did a steady performance. Couldn't really say long. He did anything wrong. Clean sheet. Mingele gets a 7. At right back, Trent. Oh, Trenty boy. What a goal. It's impossible to judge his performance without just getting completely excited with that goal, that finish. Oh, rollback Stevie moments. You know, he's coming on. He absolutely smashes it in off the bar. Just a beautiful moment for the kids. And so made up for him there with the celebration as well in front of the Kop. That literally is the stuff of dreams. But, you know, steady performance aside from the goal. One or two wobbles in the first half, give the ball away a couple of times, a small bit of nerves. That was kind of the way the game was going. Very much grew into the game, very much an attacking outlet throughout the game, and particularly in the second half when we cranked up the pressure, he just kept running forward, and even at the end, you know, there's a couple of more opportunities. He's almost in again. You know, he could very well have got a second or third goal the way the ball was going and the way he was zipping down that right wing. A brilliant performance, and I'm absolutely made up for the lad. Trent gets an 8. That goal alone deserves a higher rating than normal. At the two centre halves, Mapic and Clavin did what they have to do. Again, I said this exact same thing that I would say about Mingele. If you're Swansea, you're raging. Never really got at us. Their centre forward, the young kid up front, was completely isolated at the best of times. Two centre halves controlled the game, kept the ball zipping around, moved it quickly when we had to, particularly in the second half, brought the ball forward. All, as you could see, was very much a tactic to try and get the ball down the half space to go and get Salah in. There was a couple of decent balls. There weren't just aimless balls down the top. There was a couple of nice balls put through by the centre halves. By him and all, it was a comfortable performance. Anything they had to do, they did it well. And look, a clean sheet, and we're all happy out. I'll give both of them a 7. Robbo at left back again. You know, I thought he's starting to. You flash back to the start of the season, and you know, you think of the game, his first game that he played with Coutinho, and Coutinho wouldn't pass him the ball, and you know, you kind of looked completely isolated from our play. Right from the off here, he was cutting inside with the ball. You know, he got forward well. He joined in. He's growing more and more into our game plan. You know, he's starting getting involved in these little flicks, these little give and goes. Which is very much settling into the team now, which is great to see. Decent attacking option as well. You even got a shot off in the first half, the one he kind of sliced a bit too much over. I continued like Trent in the second half when we put the pressure on and we wanted the tempo to get going, kept bombing forward. A couple of, you know, they did try and get at him in the second half a little, but you know, he dealt with everything relatively okay. You know, couldn't really say that he was very much exposed or anything like that. So a decent performance, and he gets a 7. And I think the biggest compliment you can kind of give him, or the Klopp kind of give him, is he gave him the 15 minutes rest towards the end, and that for me is a sign that Moreno's clearly not ready yet. And you know, Klopp's looking forward, looking ahead to games, and he's there thinking really, you know, I can't really do without Robbo in the team. So you know, there we are. You know, he's settled in, first choice left back at the moment, and long may it continue. The middle of the field then. Chan, wasn't his best performance for me. Others might disagree, but I thought he was kind of sluggish and poor. To me, he looked like he got a knock in the first half, and I even tweeted at half time, you know, if there's any doubt on him whatsoever, just take him off and get someone else on. But he kept with him and played the game. He looked sluggish. He looked like a guy that had a knock. Didn't really get into the game, never really brutally exposed or anything like that, but you know, at the same time, just looked a little off the mark for me. He was almost like a guy that had too much turkey. Yes, you know, that's clearly not the case, but you know, he just looked a little bit sluggish, and you never really got going. And for me, it's a 6, unfortunately, for Chan. Alongside him though, he did have a lot of help, and this is where we're able to get some grip on the game. Genie, I thought, was brilliant. The amount of second balls that guy won, He was constant threat throughout, even if he did carry it a bit too much forward at times. There, there was one of the second half where he just seemed to keep on going. You're there shouting, "Just get rid of it! Your job is done. Just get rid of him." But he kept on going and almost ran down a blind alley. But no, good performance. As I said, won a lot of second balls. Very much, drove us forward, particularly in the second half there. And I thought he had a very good performance. And he definitely, Chan might have been a little off the ball, but he was allowed to be able to do that by the performances of Genie alongside him, who had a very good game. And Genie gets an 8 for me. I thought he was wonderful. A lot of unseen work off the ball that kept us ticking. But no, very good performance. Alongside him midfielding as well was Chamberlain. As I said beforehand in my match reaction, I saw a close-up of him before the game, and he looked pumped. Thought he had a very good performance, and he got wide, and even at times he was kind of stretched down the wide wing, and we had the commentator's nightmare of the double bar, the 2 double bar names, himself and Trent, going down the right wing. There's 4 surnames there coming through. Very good performance. Lovely little finish. Delighted for the guy to get his first goal in front of the Kop as well. Especially, was a beautiful finish. Maybe even could have got another 1 or 2. I remember this guy went over in the first half, and there was another couple of opportunities where it was almost in. Steady performance. Everything that you expect to settle into life. Energy. Decent on the ball. Good at recovering ball at the back. Drove us forward nicely, and is settling more and more into Liverpool life. He gets an 8 for me. I thought himself and Genie were wonderful in the middle of the pitch. I thought they really, really got us going, and they really did make us tick, particularly in that second half where we put the foot on the gas, and we really just closed out the game. Up front then, and this front line, didn't have Manny today, but my God, did these 3 guys make up for it. Salah, the biggest compliment you would say is he was probably the least effective of the front 3, and still had a wonderful game. Was a constant threat throughout. You could see very much we targeted to get down that half space to try and get in behind their centre half and their full back. Amount of times that he was almost one touch away from from just getting in. You think of the header in the first half. There's a couple of other opportunities as well. Created havoc on the ball, swarmed in defenders. Unlucky a couple of times, he was just like a block away, just brilliant close ball control at times. Other times once or twice it let him away. He seemed really, really cheesed off that he didn't get it on the score sheet today. But I thought he was a constant threat throughout, and settling into the life. And if Salah is coming off a performance like that, and we're a little bit almost, I won't say unhappy, but if that's a little below par with his performances, that's very much an indication of how much he's settling into life and what a wonderful player he is. He still gets the assist. You can see he's cheesed off not to get more, but rightly he was taken off to rest up the legs, and no doubt we'll see more goals for him over the Christmas period. Bobby, what a performance! What a player! What a perfect, almost perfect performance from a Liverpool number 9 in that system. He had everything. He had hard work rate. Very much for the first goal. The way Chan definitely gets a help on it, but Bobby takes it on and plays a 1-2 with Salah. It's the goal. He's that's actually 2 assists. Sorry, I'm getting track. I did Salah. I cut him short there a bit. 2 assists. Sorry, Salah. So that's even more an indication. Salah gets an 8 as well. But Bobby, brilliant performance. As I said, the hard work rate, the aggression, the quality on the ball, the flicks. Even one thing in the first half. He's a bad touch. He gives the ball away. They get a throw, and he wins it back. He hounds them, gets a throw, and we almost get a goal off it. And then, yes, should have done better with the chance before half time. Yes, everyone is like, oh Jesus, is this one going to be another one of these games? But makes up for what the beautiful finish just after half time from the free kick. A joy to watch. Created absolute carnage, and then the crazy bastard does another no look finish, and he's a crazy bastard, but I love him. I absolutely love him, and that smile on the face, the dances, the Samba dances with Coutinho, wonderful performance, a joy to watch. And Bobby gets a 9 for me. On to the other Samba star, and I almost feel like I should nearly rate these players as a pair today, because it seemed like that the way the performance went for both of them. Coutinho right on the money. He seemed like he had the ball on a string there at times, created absolutely carnage. Beautiful finish for the first one. Like it's a typical Coutinho finish, and we get used to that. We're spoiled to have him. Beautiful finish, his interplay, his movement, his work rate even. And absolutely joy. And the two Samba boys, for me, they get nines. Share the man of the match between them. A wonderful, wonderful day out, and a wonderful, wonderful, entertaining afternoon / evening watching the Reds wherever you are based. The substitutes then, Lallana and Solanke came on about the 67 minutes. Solanke, I thought, looked sharp, unlucky not to get a goal. Taking the roof off it if that volley had gone in. Worked hard, was involved, showed that he's not just the big man. Got involved in the interplay, got involved in the little flicks, the movements. A very good performance, and he's chomping at the bit. And it's only a matter of when that goal comes for him, and I hope it comes soon, because you can see how much it means to him. Lallana, great to see him back. Did a typical Lallana moment there towards the end. He gets the ball, does a beautiful turn, and then dinks it over. But he seems to be getting sharper and sharper. Not quite off on back to his football fitness isn't back yet, but it's getting there, and more minutes on the clock will only do him well. And as I said, just great to see him back on the pitch. Millie then gets a 50-minute cameo, almost as an assist with Solanke's goal there. In terms of rating the substitutes, then I'd say Solanke maybe a 7. He thought he looked pretty sharp. Probably Lana a 6, and probably Millie a 6 as well. It's very hard to get involved at that rate. But there we are, folks. That's my match reaction. That's my player ratings, even as my phone goes crazy in the background. Apologies about that. Player ratings are done. Wonderful performance. 5-0. Did I say 5? We love to put our hands up and point to 5. Brilliant afternoon, evening's entertainment watching the Reds. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Redmen TV, and we will talk to you all very soon. Up the Reds!